Hello everyone, Amod here from the Target Common YouTube channel, and this will be continuation of Rest Assured End-to-End Framework playlist video series. In the last video, we learned how can we achieve the data-driven testing in Rest Assured, and we saw that how we are passing the multiple set of data using the data provider method to my test methods, and this test ran for 5 set of data if you see my Excel sheet. But the problem with this approach or problem with this test case is that to create a new airline we need to pass the unique ID. If you pass the same existing ID, then it will throw some error. But in the Excel sheet we have hard coded these values like ID. If we hard code the ID value in this way, then every time we need to come and change the ID value, then only we can rerun the test case. Otherwise the test case will fail. So to handle that one, we can have some logic to generate the data randomly. Means what I'm going to do, instead of putting the hard coded values for ID, I will introduce some terms like if someone wants to pass the random ID of a size, suppose 6, 5, 7, whatever you want to have, then you should pass like random number. Then you can have some separator, you can use like underscore and need to pass the size. This we are defining this pattern, because if you define the pattern, you can use that pattern to drive the logic. I will just show you now. So suppose to generate a random number, we might have 3 scenarios. One scenario will be you need to generate the random number with a given size, or you need to generate a random number with the default size, or you need to pass the hard-coded value only. Means what I am going to do, for the first row I am putting that generate a random number of size 6. For the next row I will simply put some random number because I don't want to generate any random number for this. And for the third one, what I want to generate a random number with the default size. So here I will not pass the underscore. So simply I am defining some pattern here. This will represent generate a random number with the size 6. This will be like don't generate, use whatever we are passing it from Excel sheet, and here generate the random number with the default size. And maybe for others I can change the size. For this I will put 7 or maybe 5, and for this I will put 4. I will go to my Excel utils where we read the data. In the else part, here we are reading the cell value. So here we can introduce some logic. If cell value contains what? Random number. Okay, so if you contain, then we have two scenarios here, whether it should have size or it should be created or generated with the default size. And or else part, it should be the value only, because if it doesn't contain the random number, then it should be value. So I am going to use the same value whatever we have. So in fact you don't require else part here, because if it doesn't contains the random number, then automatically whatever cell value you will have, that will be stored in the map. So I can remove the else part. So here just I need to handle two things, one with the size, one without size. So let's handle with size first. Maybe first we can have some default size, maybe int size equal to, means if no one is passing the size, then it should be generated with 6 digits. So I've defaulted the size 6. Now I need to read the value or extract the value from the Excel data. So you can have any logic. So I am just separating the size using the underscore. You can split using the underscore, or you can use the substring. Whatever concept you want to use, you can use it. It is just the programming concept. So simply I am going to use the split here. Again you have if condition, or you can have the array length, but maybe I can use if cell value contains underscore. Then what I will do, I will just split the value using the underscore, and after splitting I need to take the last one. So I'll use the 1, because the 0 will be like random number, then 6 will be the second. So I need to use the second one or last one. So I will use 1 because it will be only 2 elements. Then I can store into size, and this will give you a string. So let me use the %. Okay, so I think we have handled all the logic. If there is only random number, then it will take the size default. Then I will take the size whatever you are providing me from Excel sheet. So after all this if logic, I just need to generate the cell value. So random data generator dot get random number of size. I am just introducing the pattern to support the random data generation. So now let me run the program and let me show you whether it takes the randomly generated data or not. So now you can see build it successful, and let me open the report. You can see for the first one we got the ID generated with 6 digits. For the second one, whatever we pass from Excel sheet, it is picking that. In the third one, it is taken with the default size. And in the fourth and fifth, it is like 4 digit, and in the last one, it is taking the 4 digit again. Means you just need to define the pattern and use that pattern to drive the logic. You can use the same concept for generating the establish, or if you want to generate the website or whatever random data you want to generate, you can generate it. So that's all in this video. If you have any doubt, please comment on this video. If you really like my videos, please like, comment, subscribe and share with others. Thank you everyone.